So, without further ado, please help me introduce Mara Schanfield.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here. Can you hear me? Yes, you can. I'm Mara. It's great to be here. I am delighted to have an opportunity to connect with you, to talk with you, interact with you. I would love to hear and learn from you as well today. I'll tell you a little story. As Kyle mentioned, it took us a while to figure out how do you say you lost the national championship game? What's that called? He said runner-up. I prefer finalist. What do you think? Yeah? Cool. What? Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. So I'm going to tell you a story about that. Then we're going to do an activity together, and then we'll close out. And there's a little time at the end for questions and answers. Cool? All right, let's dive in. I would like to get to know who you are. Would you raise your hand if you are an aspiring college athlete? Like you have aspirations to play at the next level? Oh, wow. Wonderful. Okay, keep your hand up if you're a freshman. Sophomores? Awesome. Juniors? Lots of juniors. And seniors? All right. Oh, very cool. Okay, one other question is raise your hand if you are an attacker. A midfielder? Defenders? Goalies? All right. Okay, cool. That's helpful for me to know who you are, just a little bit. I have a soft spot in my heart for the goalies here. See a couple of you. Because I myself was a goalkeeper in soccer. And to be a goalie, you have to be a little bit crazy. You have to be willing to do things that not everybody's willing to do. And I had a wonderful high school soccer coach, and he told me he did. He said, if you put a lot of effort in and you work really hard and you move your feet and you learn how to be a world-class communicator so that the ball doesn't come to you very often, you can play at the next level. And so I had the opportunity to play, as Kyle mentioned, at Tufts University. Snap if you've heard of Tufts. All right, it's on the East Coast, it's in Boston. And he also mentioned that I went to Harvard. I went to graduate school there. And Tufts and Harvard are kind of rivals, but it's a one-way rivalry. Like Harvard is not interested in Tufts, but Tufts has a cannon on the campus pointed at Harvard. And in the Tufts bookstore, they sell a shirt that says Harvard on it. And it says on the back, because not everybody can get it into Tufts. So it was a one-way rivalry. But anyways, that aside, I had a wonderful experience at Tufts playing soccer. And college soccer and college sports in general are really special because it's a group of people immediately that you get to spend time with and get to know and sweat with and go through challenges with. And my coach, who is still there to this day, she's 25 years later, she's still coaching there. And she had this way of bringing people together to say, this is a team effort. This is about we, it's not about me. So I didn't get to play. I played, I was a year younger than an All-American goalkeeper, and she's still one of my favorite people. I got to learn from her for 3 years, and then as a senior, I got to play it on the field and start. And it was worth every minute of it, I will tell you that. And I'm going to tell you a quick story about the national championship game. I'm just going to quick drink. So it was my junior year. And we had a little bit of a rocky start, but we started winning and things were kind of coming together. Like snap if you've ever been on a team where like it just clicks, it's fun. Yeah, like one of your club teams or someone you're traveling with, and there's people you love being around and it's fun. And we started winning, and winning is also fun. And we had a really good time together. And we lost in the conference finals. And so we thought that that was it. And then our coach said, come to practice the next day. So we did, and she said, we just got a wild card to the NCAA tournament. So we weren't really supposed to be there in the first place, but we just kept winning, and then we took it one game at a time, and we all of a sudden found ourselves in the national championship. And what was particularly special was that at that time, it was hosted by one of the Final Four teams. And so we got to host it, we got to play the national championship on our home field in Boston, Massachusetts. And was, everyone we knew got to come. It was a really special time. And the College of New Jersey's, who we played against, TCNJ. They're known for being very physical, and they were, and they scored 9 minutes into the game. And then we held our own. We tried really hard not to cave, and we're like, if we can go into halftime 1-0, we might be able to pull this thing out. And at halftime, my coach said 3 things. She said, I need you to work as hard as you possibly can. I need you to stay together. I need you to make each other better. Work as hard as you can. Make each other better and stick together no matter what. She did not say go win a game. She did not say go score goals. She said this is the most important thing. So we went back out on the field. We had a different level of energy. It was 1-0 for a long, long time. 15 minutes before the end of the game, we score. And we think, this is amazing. So we play out the rest of the game. In the final minute of the game, I will never forget watching this from the sideline. The ball comes on our side, down the field, on the left side. One of their outside attackers chips a ball into someone's head in the middle of right before the goal, heads it. Goalkeeper makes a save, best save I've ever seen, and isn't able to hang on to the ball. And there's someone there who nails it in. And the time expires. And I don't know about, tell me, lacrosse, is it often a buzzer beater? I got to see an overtime goal right here. Does it get really close at the end like that? Yeah. So you know that feeling where you're just like, the difference, I blinked, and that's the difference in the game. And we left the field, our home field, went back into the locker room, and we were obviously really upset, just, really bummed. You're that close to a national championship, and it gets snatched out from underneath you. And at some point, it's kind of awkward silence, quiet, and then at some point, someone steps up and says, man, I'm not sad because it's over. I'm not sad because we lost. I'm sad because it's over. And we're all like picking our head up like, yeah, like this was really fun. Like, I don't want it to be over. And only one team ends their season on a win, right? Maybe the third place team, depends. But we got really lucky. We went as far as we possibly could. We got to spend basically an extra 4 weeks playing together all through November, which we didn't think we'd get to do. That was really fun. And the most important lessons you can learn on the field and off the field, we all know we should learn from mistakes, correct? Yeah. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Nobody tells you that you have to discard the mistake in order to learn the lesson. Let me say that again. You have to let go of the mistake, discard the mistake in order to learn the lesson. So like that night when people were like, well, the ball doesn't really always bounce your way, we did not want to hear that. We were not ready to hear that. But in time, years later, and still talking about it with teammates and kind of going through it, you start to realize, hey, I got a lot out of that even though we didn't win. We tried like heck to win. Even though we didn't, we still learned a lot. We still persevered. We still stayed really focused. I was watching you guys play here, and it looks like lacrosse requires a very intense amount of focus because I could barely find the ball. Really focused, really attentive to detail, really communicative. You have to be able to talk to each other. Those are skills, as you know, that you get to use for the rest of your life. Those things will stay with you no matter what. So the difference between a superstar and a leader, I want you to think about this. Think about it in this way. A superstar is interested in the wins and losses, in their performance. How many goals did I score? What was the record? They remember those things. Those are the most important pieces. A leader, on the other hand, is not driven by their performance. They're driven by purpose. What is my purpose? Those things that my coach said to us at halftime. Leave it all on the field. Work really hard. Make each other better. Stick together no matter what. Those things I still use today. We'll call those star qualities. Those are the things that this game is helping bring out in you. They're latent until you have a moment to step up, to score a goal at the very end at the buzzer, or to save the goal at the very end. Whether you do or not, you have made it to that moment. you've had the courage and worked really hard to get there, and there's a bunch of people there that are really there to cheer you on. Here's what we're gonna do. Where's Kyle? Okay, awesome. You're gonna get a handout here. So as it's coming around, I'll give you some instructions. You get a pen and a handout. You're gonna stand up when you get those, and you're gonna find a group of 4 people. Actually, can you? I want you to think about, oh, you got a question. Will you say your name too? Thanks.
My name is Riley, and I just wanted to ask what your most important quality.
Great question. Nice to meet you. It's about being a teammate, a good teammate. If I'm presenting somewhere and I oh, what's someone gonna forget? They're gonna forget to get those clipboards. I'm gonna bring a couple extra. Being a good teammate, and I think in a family, that's an important rule too. Taking care of the people you love, your community around you. So to me, that's what my coach taught me, and that's what I've really kept with me. There's one here and one here. I'll get to you right there. Your name too.
My name is Laura, and I was just wondering what was your hardest challenge as being a leader?
The hardest challenge in being a leader is getting people to follow you. And has anyone ever seen, there's a video called The First Follower? Yeah, a couple people have seen it. Snap if you've seen it. There's a guy and he's at a party and he's dancing crazy. And they're like, that's what people think a leader is. Someone who goes first, doing it all up here. And then at some point, someone from sitting down, it was outside, they're on the lawn. Someone walks up, walks over, and starts dancing with him. And then guess what happens? Another person and another person and another person. And they said, it's really important that second person, you're not a leader until someone is following you. Otherwise, you're just a crazy guy dancing by yourself. And so I think it's really important to be able to bring people along with you and not expect them to follow you. Give them reasons to trust you. Give them reasons to follow you. And then appreciate them and so that they stay. There's a question here. Yep.
Okay. My name's Riley, and basically my question is, how did you stay motivated throughout your first 3 years where you didn't play? You had to go to all the practices 9 years.
How did you go to all the practices for 3 years and stay motivated? There are 2 things I can say to that. One is that it's about purpose. It's about I know I'm gonna get to play eventually, and I'm gonna learn everything I can learn, and when it's my turn, I will be ready. And so I think it's also, the second thing I'll say is that I talked to one of my teammates, who's the all-time leading scorer in Tufts history, and she said, oh, the people on the bench were really important. And she was like, I remember Abby's voice, loud and clear, her passion screaming at us from the sidelines was really helpful. Telling me if there's a defender coming, being really encouraging. You can develop your star qualities whether you're sitting on the bench or not, as long as you're not salty about it. Does that make sense? Cool, thanks for asking. Yeah. Thanks.
Sorry.
No,
I'm Sophie. I was going to ask, what have you taken from playing your sport that you've used the most, that you realize you've used the most in your daily life now?
Oh gosh, yes. So many things. Actually, everything on this. And not being afraid to go first. I think I heard several people circle positive risk taking, being willing to go, being willing to try something. I don't know if I'm very good at it. That's okay. That holds a lot of people back if they don't think they're very good at something. I have some cousins who are 16 and 18, and they're really tall. And I was like, let me teach you how to play basketball. And they're like, nah, I don't know how. I was like, well, how do you think you get good at something? You have to try it. You have to start. And so being willing to try is something that I really learned on the soccer field. And I saw you guys willing to try earlier here, and I'm excited to stick around this afternoon and get to watch some more games. I think we have time for one more question. Okay.
Hi, my name's Franny, but how would you say you deal with someone who won't buy into your leadership?
Oh, that's such a good question. How do you deal with someone who won't buy into your leadership? Well, I think that there's a couple things to say. First is, well, snap if that's a situation you're currently in. Great question, Franny. How do you deal with people who are unwilling or unable? I think that's step one, is you have to figure out, are they unwilling or unable? Maybe they're embarrassed. Maybe they're afraid of looking stupid. Or maybe they're unskilled. They don't know actually how to follow. They've never had to. They're an only child and everything has already been handed to them and they've never had to work hard. There's all sorts of reasons why people are. So the next step is to get to know them. They're probably the person on your team that you'd least like to spend time with. And it's probably the most important because they might have experiences with other people as well that aren't very positive. So if you can find something they like, find something, get to know them, something about them. Oh, you really like Cheetos? Okay, when I have some extra Cheetos, I'm gonna bring them to you. Just remembering a small thing about someone really helps them say, oh, you see me. Like, I think communicating to them that they matter is really fundamental. And then help them succeed. Give them the ball. Or do you call it the rock? The ball? What do you call it? It's a ball, not a rock. Okay. Not a puck. Okay, got it. Help them succeed. And if they still can't, then that's the final thing, is to let go. Like, try your very hardest and then know that there's a whole bunch of other people that really deserve your attention. And so if it's really not working, give your attention to other people. Thanks for the question. It's all of our time. Kyle, anything else?
Let's give it a round of applause.
Thank you. It's gonna sound fire. Yeah. I didn't want to